Fitzee here, back at the game with another one. Y'all been wondering where I'm to? I've been busy. I just had to get some stuff done, so I'll take you along now and show you what I've been at. Stick around. Hey, Fitzee here, back at it again. You might be wondering where I've been to. Well, I'm here cleaning up today. The old welders are here. They've been sat there now for about, I'd say, close on a month, and I haven't touched them, okay? I had a lot of stuff here that I had to get done. I had that truck. It's a 50 Chev truck. I had to do a pile of work on it. I had a bunch of other stuff to do. What I'm going to do here now is I'm going to just do a quick walkthrough because a number of you have been wondering where I'm to. I have made no videos in a while for the simple fact that I just want to get all this stuff done. I wasn't wasting your time because I find that unless I've got these welders going, these videos don't do good on this channel. I usually put a lot of this type of stuff over on the other channel, on Fitzee's Fab, the flip side. But because I haven't had a video on this channel in a while, I got to get something out. A lot of you have asked, where am I to? Well, this is what I've been up to. First thing I had to get done, that 50 Chev truck. Now, I was working at this on and off. It was tedious, had a lot of work to do to it. If you're not familiar with it, it's a truck that I done a back window replacement in. It was a 3-window cab, and I converted it to a 5-window cab. There was a lot of work involved in it. Once I got all the welding and the fabrication done, it was time to move on to getting all the other things on the list to be done. I had a grill to deal with. It was a simple thing. Just swap out the grills. He had an old chrome grill he wanted to put in the truck, so I figured, nice, simple little job. No, didn't turn into a simple little job. Ended up that the grill that was in the truck come out of like a 5-ton truck, and he was putting a 1/2-ton grill in it. Now, we didn't know this at the time, and I never knew there was a difference, but there was a big difference. So I had to do some MacGyvering, moving stuff around, jacking stuff up, changing angles on stuff, trying to get this grill to fit back in this truck because the other grill, the truck was built around the other grill. I got that all done, and I had to prime the cab inside and out. Had to get that done. All I did on this was just simple spray bombs. This is a little patina style truck, and the whole truck has been done with the spray bombs to do the patina on it. So I never got carried away with it. I didn't want to really cover anything on this because it was my first time fooling around with this, and I was experimenting with it again, experimenting with paint. So I turned around. I had to prime the cab inside and out. And what I noticed with this truck, there was a red oxide on this truck originally, so I wanted to put that as a base color. So if I had to sand it anywhere, the red oxide would come through. So I painted inside and out with red oxide. Then I went ahead and I went out and matched up some colors as best I could. Now, the problem with this truck is that different panels on this truck are different colors. It all depends on where you're looking at it, what angle you're looking at it. So I wasn't like overly concerned about getting a perfect match on it because the truck was off color all over the place anyway. But I ended up finding a little combination, a gray and a blue, that I just turned around and mixed together and sprayed it on. Let some of the red oxide just bleed through it a bit so you could see the red oxide like the rest of the truck was done. I just scuffed it off then and put a satin clear over the top of it. Got that all done. There was I had to put the interior back in it and get all that straightened away. There was a lot of little things had to be done with. One of the major things wrong with this truck was the steering column. It was just mocked together in the truck. There was no bearings in the shaft. There was just washers welded on one end of it. And the actual steering wheel kept it from going in one direction, and the washer on the other end kept it going from the other direction. And it was just like, it was very rough to turn, was very rickety, wasn't a nice job. So I took that all apart and I rebuilt the column, put bearings in either end of it, got all that done right nice. I had chased down a bunch of little squeaks in the truck, a few rattles, and straighten all that up. There was a number of little things I had to do. Biggest thing is I had to put it back together and put the glass back in it. The glass in them are a nightmare. I'm not familiar with doing glass in old 50s cars, like your 50s trucks like that with that seal. I've done a lot of 70s cars with rubbers and usually put the glass in the rubber and then you pull it in with rope. Not this one here. The rubber went in first, and then the glass went in after, and you had to work it in. It was a slow process, but I got it done. Like, I never just stayed at the truck and went at it. I'd get at it for a few days, get frustrated with it, get away from it, do something else. And so I was jumping around here trying to get some projects done. And I didn't want to burn myself out, so I just moved on to another project while I continued this one. But I got it all done, and so now that's the truck. I'm a sucker for punishment, and every now and again something falls into my lap. This old van, I got off a friend of mine. He had it as a company vehicle, and he basically retired the truck. Now the truck got a LY6 6 liter in it with a 4L80 in it, which is a really good combination for, like, hot rodding or whatnot. It's a real good engine for that. So I ended up doing a deal and getting the van off last year. Now I got way too much stuff kicking around the yard here now. We'll get into that in a minute. Um, so the van had to go. I started to turn into a shed, and it was going to turn into a nightmare because it was taking up space in the driveway. And like, my space is limited around here for parking, and I didn't want to have a whole bunch of junk rigs kicking around the yard, scrap cars, sitting around. Behind the garage or some stuff, I'm annoyed with that. But still in all, I had to get rid of this van. So I took a few days by myself. I'd say it was 3 or 4 days fooling around with this because I had to take the motor out of the van myself. I had to get everything let go, figure out a way that I can get it out of the van with a regular engine hoist. So I managed to come up with a way, get the motor out of the van. Then it was time to load it up with a bunch of steel, and I got the boys to come pick it up and send it off to the crusher. Moving stuff around the yard, I had some issues, and I acquired some new projects. I've been keeping this under wraps, not saying much about it. It's just that it's just one of those things. I now have in possession the two Oldsmobile wagons. Some of you guys might be wondering what happened with them. Well, the main one, the main wagon. The deal went on with this here is that the life gets in the way. The owner of the car had some major changes in his life, and it just got to the point where these cars were a burden to him. And he contacted me. We talked about it for a while, and in the end of it, I ended up acquiring the two cars. So I have two of them here now. What I'm going to do with them, I don't know. Um, I got them stored out in the backyard here for now, covered over. They were in storage for a lot of years, and that was a financial burden on the owner. So, and he never had the money to actually get the cars done because of situations in his life. When he started the project, everything was doing good, and then things changed, and life got in the way. That's the way things go with these cars. So, not going to get too deep into that there. Just know fully well the wagons are still here. I own them now, and they're out in the yard. When I get at them, I don't know if I'm going to get at them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. As you know, I have too many projects on the go now as it is. So the wagons are here. I got them tucked out in the yard. That was something I had to get straightened away. So I spent some time moving rigs around the yard, getting them poked away, so they're out of my hair. Another big change. A lot of you are familiar with the Wendy's Mustang, the '66 Mustang that I'd done on the channel. She drove the car a few times, and I, totally agree with everything that went on. The thing with it is that when you drive a vehicle, you get a vibe. You really like it, you really enjoy it, or it's just not speaking to you. In the case of the '66 Mustang, this is what it was with Wendy. Wendy drove it a few times, and it just was not speaking to her. She enjoys the later model vehicles, fuel injection, power steering, all that type of stuff. Now, this car, I didn't put power steering on it, but it was a carbureted car. She wasn't familiar with it. The comfort of it, it just gave off a vibe that she didn't enjoy driving it. There's nothing, wrong with the car or anything like that. It's just that when you buy a car, you're into it or you're not. Like, you buy a car and you say, yeah, I really like this car. And then you drive, it's like, I don't know. I don't think this is really me. That happens. I've done it many, many times over the years. So what ended up happening is we ended up putting the car for sale, and 4 hours later, it sold. We were eyeing a 2004 Mustang because Wendy had an '07, I think it was, before I met her. and she sold that car, and she always regrets it. She always loved the convertibles, and she always loved her Mustangs. So, we found this Mustang last year, and we said if we sells the other one, the 66, we'll go ahead and buy it. And that's what we did. We sold the 66, and we went out, we bought this 2004 Mustang convertible. Nice little car. She's right in love with it. She's got the tires drove off it, and she driven it in the first week. She put more miles on this Mustang than she did on the 66 the whole time she had it. So, she's happy with the deal. I'm quite content with it all. There's no problems there. The 66 is gone, and we got a new Mustang in the stable. Not going to get in too deep with everything around here now. I do have some projects kicking around here now that have showed up. I have a new project. But the priority for me right now is my black 51. That's been off the road now a couple of years. So what I got to do is I got to get that in and get that painted. After spending some time now sanding it, it turned into a nightmare. If you're not familiar with this car, this is a car I've after doing the bodywork and paint over on my other channel, Fitzee's Fabrications, the flip side. And I ended up experimenting with a paint product on it, and it didn't work out. Okay. The paint ended up going dry on the car. It shrieks. It was just like sandpaper on the car. I ended up having to walk away from it for a year because it was, I had so much stuff on the go, which I always do. And it's like, when something like that happens and it's my own car, it's fine. You just put it on the back burner. Okay. That's it. Put it on the back burner. So that's what I did. I parked it all winter. I hauled it out spring, and I started sanding it only to realize that the paint on it would gum up if you dry sanded it. So I ended up having to water sand the entire car, and it was a bit tedious to get the car all prepped up, but it's prepped and ready to go now. So over the next week or so, I'm in the process of setting up the garage here now and getting that done and get that painted and get that back on the road. The thing with it is that I got a couple of cars belonging to myself that I'm doing here in the shop, and I want to get them done. That old Chev is a driver. All it needs is a coat of paint and needs to be put back together, and I can use that car again. So I want to just get that done and out of the way. In order for me to get the Chevy done, one of the things I'm going to have to do is something in the garage has to go. Okay. The old 50 Chev truck is out, but I still have some truck cabs here to work on. Now, the problem with it is that in order to paint the Chevy, I need 2 bays in the garage to do it. So I got to maneuver some stuff around here. So I'm here now, finishing up. I got to clean the garage and everything. The old Chevy's gone. Okay, I got rid of that yesterday. I'm here now, and this is a new addition to the garage. It's a 47 Chev, I think. I got to do a bunch of metal work on it. We'll be getting into that in the coming weeks. And I got to get back on this one here and get some metal work done on that and get more metal work done on this. So metal work is coming. There's lots to be at. It's just that I want to get all this stuff straightened away first. But the first thing I got to do is I got to get rid of the old Chevy, which I got all sanded, and that's not what I do with her. The Toyota's here inside here now, and that's got to go outside. So what I ended up doing is Vivor sent me a tent, and I turned around and got that set up out here. This is out here now. It's a bit windy today. It's been windy since I put it up. I don't know what the deal is with it, but I got that set up there. I'm going to put the Toyota in that and keep that out of the weather because that has to go out. And my whole plan here later on the summer is I want to get this primed and painted before the fall. That's what I got my goal is. But I got a bunch of stuff I do, namely that Chev. I got too much stuff on the go here, and I'm trying to get stuff cleaned up. So this is going outside for how long it takes me to get the Chevy painted. And so that's what I'm at here today now, setting up here, getting things moved around. It's raining out there today, so I can't go moving nothing. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to put the move on, get the cars moved around, get the Chevy in. You'll probably see the video for the Chevy over on the other channel, me painting that. Yeah, that's basically what I figured I'm going to end up doing. But this here, I got to put it on hold again. It's always the way it is with me, putting stuff on hold, belong to myself. But I'm itching to get that done. Unreal, itching to get it done. I've had issues with it. It's been sat inside here for a while now, and I haven't touched it, and it's rusting. Just sat over here. What's funny is the metal that I installed in the car. It's all perfect. It's just the Toyota metal's gone rusty. It is what it is. I got to sand it. But this is all finished with 100, and I want to, it's all got to be done with 220. So, and then I'm going to reprime it again with the 670 HS primer over the filler and everything, and seal it up once again. And then I'm going to black the car out and reprime it again with a good automotive primer, so I get a nice finish on it. I'm going to work on that. That's my plan right now. I got to set it up. I picked up a set of old wheels here that I can put on it, that I can actually roll it out by the door. I'll get everything cleared out of it, get these truck caps moved over, get the rest of the boot put up, and maneuver it around here, and we get back at it. But for now, I'm going to leave this one here. I'm getting back to cleaning up. I just want to check in with you guys and let you guys know what I've been up to. I just haven't been doing no metal work. That's the bottom line of it. I've been doing all kinds of automotive stuff, but it's just like, to me, I want to get it done and get it out of the way, and doing content was not my priority at the time. So anyway, I'm going to leave this one here. And usually here I say the tips are good, and until next time, but there's no tips in this one. Oh, yeah, there is a tip. Don't be taking on too many projects. Until next time.